In case you hadn't guessed, we're going to be talking about the new AF Python clutch today. Oh, look at my shiny head. I'll stand over here, shall I? Probably won't make any difference, but there you go. I bought one because I've got to fit one to an engine that I'm building for someone else. And I thought we'd open the box, see what's in it, see how easy it is to fit, have a look at all the bits and pieces that come with it and all of the instructions. So here we go, the Python clutch, complete with instructions, clutch holding tool and a bag of goodies. So let's have a quick look. I'll put these instructions up on the screen so you can see them better. The kit is supplied containing the following to fit to the clutch: the Python clutch assembly with a GP bearing fitted, a thin clutch nut, a beveled washer, an LI top bearing for LI style, special end plate circlip, a set of wide clutch shims and a clutch holding tool. Well, one clutch holding tool. Let's have a look in this little bag. So yes, there you go, a clutch nut, a thin one. That's quite thin. A beveled washer, we'll see you go behind it. LI clutch part. Clutch shims. Now I've actually measured them just to see what you get in the box. So you get from just under 1 mil, 1.05, 1.51, 1.18 up to 1.6 or thereabouts, depending on how you measure them. So that's not a bad little selection. We'll talk about that in a minute. And then the special circlip to go in the end plate. So the first thing you notice when you open the box is these drawings, and it says if you strip down this clutch, ensure the 5 bolts are loosened in a star pattern and in several stages, otherwise basically you'll damage the clutch. So if you've never done one before and you are taking it apart for some reason, follow that. Clean operation, for clean operation clutch, 13mm cable travel, ensure all controls in good condition, blah blah blah. Okay, so there you go, nicely bagged up. Looks a good bit of kit. Take it out of here. It's in a very well, nicely presented bag, which I'm going to take it out of. So the first thing I've noticed is that the construction looks really good. It's quite robust. Obviously it's a cassette clutch, so all of this lot comes out in one go, so there's no need to take that apart or touch it at all. GP style there, but you can change that for the LI. There you go, bearing. So normally that would be a bronze bush, and they're alright, but they do wear. Clearly a bearing is going to be a lot better. So back to the instructions. So we've shown you what all of these bits and bobs it's got, but there's important notes here. It says there, you do not need to take the clutch cassette apart in order to fit it. If you must take it apart, undo these bolts in a star pattern and a bit at a time, because otherwise what happens is you snap the lugs off and then ruin it all. I would suggest, if you've never fitted one before, maybe seek some advice from someone who has. What else? You don't need to soak the clutch plates in oil. You must use a wider shim. You must use a wider shim as supplied with the clutch. That's because it doesn't, so it doesn't hit the end plate and rub. Clutch nut torque is 50. Ensure the clutch has clearance to rotate freely before building it on the engine. Blah 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 blah. Build it on the end plate with the thinnest shim and tighten it down, then spin it. Correct clearance. Oh, I see. So basically what they're saying is pre-build it onto the gearbox end plate with the smallest shim to see if there's any issues with it clearing on the back end here. If there is, obviously take it out, use the next size shim until it clears properly. Otherwise it'll rub and you'll get clutch judder. So if you've got clutch each other and you fitted one of these, maybe you haven't done it right. Little note here, the Casa gear end plate and some Spanish end plates require machining for clearance. And I guess that's this bit here. And then it says here, you lose little time by reading the instructions. You may lose more by skipping them. What's he trying to say about us men, that we don't read instructions? Right, additional parts and tools you may require to fit this. Crankcase gasket, bottle of gear oil, some thread locks, few sockets, circuit pliers, flat blade screwdriver, large blade screwdriver, torque wrench, plug spanner, digital caliper. I'm guessing that's to measure things. You need a clutch compressing tool for safe removal of the original clutch, although it's not required when you're fitting this clutch. That's handy, isn't it? Then it goes on to tell you how to remove your old clutch, complete with diagrams, blah blah blah. Sprocket alignment, that's always important to make sure you do that. It's easy to do. We're using a straight edge across the crankcase gasket face applied with a clutch holding tool. So basically what it's saying is that's a straight edge, you can use that. Crown wheel is 0.2 millimeters afloat. So that, okay. First time to do the clutch test, second time to do a clutch test. Listen carefully. What I'll do is I'll put a link in the description for all of these instructions behind, because I don't want to stand here reading them all out to you. Uni case, blah blah blah. Okay, so that's that. What we need to do now is get that fitted. Remember the special circlip that comes with it? Well, clearly that isn't it. That's a standard one, so we've got to take that out and replace it with the other one, which I'm just about to show you now. So this one here is a standard one, and this is the special one you get from AF. So if you notice the end of these, a standard one has these little round tabs, and this has elongated tabs. A special circlip, it's got to go into there like so. It says, there you go, that's better. So it fits into the recess in there, no problem at all. Now we can continue fitting the clutch. Okay, so we're going to need a torque wrench, like so, with the appropriate socket, and that's got to be set to 50 foot-pounds or 68 newton meters. We need one of the shims, and it says start off with the smallest one, so that's that one. You can put it on there like so. Then we can put this bad boy on. Now, I've not tightened it up yet, but I can already feel it catching, so I am going to change that for the next size up, which is going to be, I'm going to try the 105. He says. Alright, now obviously there should be a bit of oil on that, that's a bit tight. So let's introduce some oil. That'll aid with getting it on and off as well. So 105, and what happens is it catches on here, because this stands quite proud on some of them. So here we go, let's have a look at this. That's better. Now obviously I haven't tightened that up yet, so what we need to do is get the torque wrench out and tighten it up. But let's not forget the washer, that goes on first. Then the nut will go on. Right, clutch holding tool, I think we'll try it with that and see how we get on. Torque wrench, mine's set to 50. And what we're going to do is just pull that until it clicks. Oops, but be careful of that obviously. Okay, so now we can remove those. Right, a little bit of investigation, and it is slightly rubbing. So the plan is, have a quick look where it's rubbing. If it's somewhere easy to linish down, I'll do that myself. If not, we'll put a slightly bigger washer on, and then that'll give it clearance. Okay, so that's that strip. Next size washer is 1.18, which we'll pop onto there, and then we'll put it all back together, tighten it up, and hopefully, there you go, it's gone down nicely. Oh, it don't make no noise there. Just going to tighten it up and check it again. There you go, tightened up, spinning round, no noise, no catching. So basically that is how easy it is to fit that clutch. Now obviously I've got to fit the front sprocket drive and everything else, and the chain and the tensioner, but I'll do that another day. Right, that's it, job done. Now once you've done it, you can go ride your scooter. So if you like this video, give it a like, a subscribe. Don't forget we've got an Etsy shop if you want to support the channel. You can get all sorts of t-shirts like these on our Etsy channel, links in the description. And apart from that, have a good scooter in summer, and we'll see you in the next one. Cheers.